Here we go again. I mean, this is the truth show, and there's more. Oh, I'm not done yet. Oh, and there's more. Oh, I'm not done yet. I mean, this is the truth show. Oh, yes.
Hello, everybody. I know it's late. Yes, I know it's late. So sorry about that. And sorry about the background. Yeah, I know the background sucks. It's not acting right today. Not sure what happened. Sorry about that. Anyway, so on this Saturday night at 8 o'clock, not sure what time it is where you guys are at. Just want to say welcome to the Truth Show. I'm Keisha, and I'll be discussing the most recent Trump news as well as his desire to go back in time and this live program. And first of all, I don't understand. Many of us has definitely progressed and embraced technology, but for Trump and his homeboys, they seem to want to go back in time. They are not embracing in technology. They are embracing in going backwards. So we're definitely going to be discussing that because that's asinine and among other things. And this immigration thing is getting out of control. And we're also going to talk about the royal family, and the Diddy case is getting very close. Monday, he goes on trial. So we're going to be talking about that. And whatever else you guys want to talk about, just make sure you just put it in the comment section, and I'll be glad to talk about that as well. Now, here are your warnings.
Please note that this is all alleged. I've never met any of these people. I've deeply researched all of my information. This is a trigger warning. In this video, I may be talking about or showing sensitive material about some subjects or topics that may be disturbing or upsetting or may bring forth some troubling memories, as you read in the description or title. With that said, either end the video now or brace yourself. Aside from that, enjoy.
All right, fantastic. Alrighty, next up, we are going to talk about politics, of course. And this is pertaining to, I'm not sure if you guys can comment. Make sure you hit that like button, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, it's in turn into environmental policies. It seems that Trump's administration has enacted several policies that roll back environmental protections, including withdrawing the U.S. from the Paris Agreement again and lifting restrictions on drilling on federal lands. That's what he's doing. I'm not sure why he's doing that, but apparently he feels that he should control the world. And what he's doing in actuality is messing up everything. And they are definitely not prone to, not telling you. They are saying that he's fucking up everything. Everything is becoming imbalanced. And this is including all the leaders, pretty much predominantly everywhere. They are not liking Trump at all. And that's not even an understatement. They really do not like him. Seriously. For real. So it pretty much means we're screwed. And here comes the natural disasters among many other catastrophic events. But who cares? I mean, if there's too many catastrophic events, that will pretty much mean he can probably find some twisted way to enact martial law or whatever. Who knows? The man is a freaking lunatic, as we fucking know. Okay, just move right along here. And then there's immigration and deportation. Trump has defended his mass deportation policies despite legal challenges. His administration has used the Alien Enemies Act to deport individuals without due process, which is illegal, by the way, because there's due process before it becomes due process. And he's literally breaking every law that I can even think of. He's broken so many laws, and I've said this before, it's hard to keep track. But we have the AVO, the guy who's in charge of initiating investigations in terms of this. He is not enacting an investigation. He has not said nothing because he's an old fart. No offense. Well, offense. And I don't know what the fuck. He hasn't done anything. You would think he would have been like, look, I'm not cool with this. This is not good. Let's go ahead and do an investigation or rig an election or some of these policies. This man has not said anything at all. He has not said nothing, which is crazy. But he's sick, so he may not be around for long. So, and they're saying after him, his vice president is Jasmine Crockett, and she can step in and start initiating some investigation in terms of all of these policies that Trump think he can do. Well, he's not technically doing. He got people making him do it. He's not smart enough to even do anything like that. He just got people making him do it. He's the puppet to whoever's trying to deplummet and destroy America. And we already know what country has been dying to do that. It's the only country that we're not pretty much in partnership with. And you know who that is. It starts with the R and ends with an A. Yeah. I'm sure his people are behind this. And soon as we become the most porous, catastrophic, fighting, divided, just fucked up fucking country and reception, and that's when the R and the A will come in and just pretty much take over him and his little R and A, and yeah, and ending with the N. People will come in and pretty much take over because they planted all over his cabinet. Trump's cabinet. Just want to point that out. Absolutely. You know, and the deportation of these teens and toddlers and babies is kind of sick. If I didn't know any better, I think Trump is seriously a trafficker. He's obsessed with separating teens and babies, apparently, from their parents. He's so obsessed with that. It's kind of weird. Seriously. They should really look into that. Okay. Let's go back to that. And then we have economic policies and tariffs. Trump introduced sweeping tariffs on imports, including, the 145% tariffs on Chinese goods and 25% tariffs on Mexico and Canada. These policies initially caused a major stock market decline, but were partially reversed, meaning he paused on some tariffs, but is biased on others. The major and primary tariffs is one he's biased on, which is resulting us to go into recession and major grocery store losing money, and which means by the middle of this month, we're going to start seeing a lot of grocery stores with empty shelves and things. It's going to look really, really bad for a lot of us. So that means a lot of stores probably end up closing down, which means they're going to probably start firing some of their staff because they can't afford to pay them anymore. And the stuff they used to get is going to go up on prices. But this doesn't affect Trump because he's an entitled fucking rich person right along with his pony. So he don't give a shit about the rest of the world at all. Okay, and you guys thinking that he was voted into the White House, give me a fucking break. He was not voted into the White House. It was rigged, as we fucking know. Now, if you want to have some more explanation on tariffs, here's a lady that can definitely explain it a bit better than I can.
We can start seeing extremely high prices and shortages and empty shelves in the month of May, like we did during the pandemic because of these Trump tariffs. I know
it's kind of low, so you guys probably have to turn your volume up.
I don't predict the future, but what I can share are the facts about this story, so you fully understand what's going on and understand the real possibilities that we're all up against in the coming weeks, so you can make the best decisions for yourself and your family. And yes, I am going to give you the cargo ship numbers in this video, but first, there are 3 things you need to understand about the logistics of tariffs. 1, as I've been reporting since last year, tariffs are not paid for by foreign countries. They are not paid for by China or Mexico. Tariffs are paid for by the American importer who is bringing those foreign goods into the United States. And then typically those American importers pass those tariff costs on to you. 2, for lots of items, you do not feel the effects of the tariffs immediately. That's because of how these items get to the United States. For example, imports coming to the United States from China take anywhere between 2 weeks to 40 days to get here on a cargo ship. So let's take this total hypothetical. If a tariff is announced on April 1st on all Chinese imports of 145%, then those tariffs are only going to apply to the Chinese imports that come into the United States and are offloaded to the American importer on April 1st and beyond. they do not impact the Chinese imports that are already stockpiled in the United States. So if there's a cargo ship that leaves China on April 1st, on the longer end of that travel time, the cargo ship will not arrive to the United States until around May 10th. And when that cargo ship docks and all those imports get offloaded, the U.S. Customs and Border Protection is going to go to the American importer who ordered all that stuff and say, okay, you owe the United States government a 145% tariff on the value of all this stuff that you just brought into America. The American importer will pay that 145% tariff on top of the price they paid for the goods, and then we'll take those imports, process them, put them into their inventory, and once they become available for you to purchase after May 10th, that's when you will start to see the price increases. So that's why you're hearing people talk about May. And 3, speaking of those American importers, the confusion about how these tariffs work, how much they are, if they're on or off, is causing a lot of those importers to just say, forget it. I'm not going to place any orders until things calm down, or at least until I know more about whether these tariffs are going to stay in place for the long term. Because why would an American importer place his order from China today when the tariff is 145%, if there's a possibility that next week President Trump is going to change his mind and reduce that tariff, right? So if American importers are waiting it out and they're just not placing any orders, then there are fewer imports coming into the United States. And that's why you're hearing about people talking about empty shelves. Now, let's talk about a scenario that is not hypothetical. President Trump's so-called Liberation Day was April 2nd. That was the day he announced those reciprocal tariffs. And then throughout that week and the following week, he escalated the tariffs on China to 145%. So if an American importer were to have placed an order from China around that time, those items would be arriving in the United States anywhere between the week of April 27th and the week of May 4th. Well, we just so happen to have access to the port data for 2 of the biggest ports in the United States. Both are in California, the Port of LA and the Port of Long Beach. And according to their data, we are absolutely seeing fewer cargo ships the week of April 27th to May 3rd. So this week, we are seeing 31% fewer vessels coming into those ports than we did the week before, and almost 14% fewer vessels than we did last year. Then the week of May 4th to May 10th, next week, we are expecting 13% fewer vessels from the week before and almost 36%
to non-existent.
It's a dumb last year. The National Retail Federation says specifically because of these tariffs, this is going to continue for a while. They are expecting 20.5% fewer units coming into ports in the United States in May, with the lowest number of units coming into the port that we've seen in 2 years scheduled for June. The Retail Federation expects a volume drop of 26.6% in June, and then it keeps getting worse throughout the summer. July, imports are expected to be down 27%, and then they're going to be down again in August, almost 27%. Put simply, fewer cargo ships mean fewer imports. That means there are fewer things available for you to buy. And you remember the pandemic, when the supply chain is disrupted and there are fewer things to buy, the prices of those things goes up. This is happening. That cannot be disputed or changed. But what can be changed is the policy on tariffs, or at least a change in the certainty about what's happening with the tariffs. If there is more certainty, businesses can then make decisions about whether they can absorb these tariffs or by how much they're going to have to pass the costs on to you. But remember, even if President Trump says today, forget it, I'm scrapping this entire tariff idea, which is not going to happen, but let's say it does. If he does that and the American importers place an order today, it's going to be about a month before those items get to the United States.
This whole thing is just fucking crazy.
The U.S. trade war with China, another round of tariffs taking effect this week, expected to raise prices on so many of the things we buy. Beijing says that it's, quote, evaluating possible trade talks with the U.S. after the U.S. reached out multiple times. But there's still a long way to go, with China insisting that Trump first eliminate that whopping 145% tariffs on Chinese goods. ABC's Christian Cordero is here with more on some of those changes that we could see. Christian, good morning.
Hey, Janae, good morning. That add to cart button might soon bring you a little bit more pause. The Trump administration has closed a tariff loophole that affects packages from China and Hong Kong with a value of $800 or less. That's some 4 million packages shipped to the U.S. per day that are now subject to a 120% tax or a $100 package fee. The fee is set to jump to $200 in June. So when we look at clothes, for example, think fast fashion from websites like Shein and Temu. The new tariffs, if entirely passed on to shoppers, means a $10 shirt could go up to $22. It's a big if, with a lot still uncertain of how this exactly will play out. Temu initially said it was bracing for price hikes, but now tells us it's transitioning to a model that relies on U.S. sellers, and that pricing for now remains unchanged, Janae.
And Christian, what about the expected rise in car prices?
Right. So as of 12:01 a.m. today, a new round of auto tariffs has been implemented, this time targeting imported car parts. Most imported auto components will now face a 25% import tax. The added cost could amount to tens of billions of dollars for the auto industry, expenses that are likely to be passed on to American car buyers and owners, Gio.
And Christian, what about baby products and toys? Because they're expected to be hit hard too, right?
They sure are. And not just products from Chinese companies. Strollers and car seats by City Mini, Graco, Up Baby, and others are expected to see a 20 to 30% increase, according to retailer Albi Baby. Munchkin says it's set to raise prices on 90% of its baby gear, and that reflects a greater trend here. An industry group says 90% of core baby products or their parts come from China. You mentioned toys. 80% of the toys we buy come from China. Part of the administration's message here is to level the playing field for U.S. manufacturers who can't compete with low-cost Chinese products.
Yeah, just starting to see that impact too. Christian Cordero, thank you so much.
All righty. All right, sorry about that. How y'all doing? Yeah. So just to sum it up, yeah, we're pretty much fucking screwed. Now, like she said, if Trump so happened to just end the tariff with China and just be like, you know what, tariff, this whole thing, this is stupid. Let me just go and end it. That would admit he's wrong. And you have to kiss his ass for him to even come close to admitting or come close to even ending anything. And we know Trump is not trying to do that at all. So there goes that idea. Okay. Now, if my face is fuzzy on this freaking camera, I don't know why it's like that. I have no idea. But it was some strange things going on with my page the other day. And like I told you, I might not be around long. So just want to point that out. Shit is weird going on my page because I'm looking at payback on my phone and my face look very fuzzy. Like it's distorted. And I don't know why it's distorted. It shouldn't be distorted at all. That's very, very strange. Very strange. I might have to end this live show if it continues to do that. Let's see here. Let me see how I look now. Let's see. No, it's still looking fuzzy. Is it looking fuzzy on y'all end? If y'all can put it in the comment section. Do my face still look fuzzy? Tell me if it still look fuzzy on your end. I'll just end this and then I can just pick this up tomorrow. Even though Sunday is clean day for me, but I can just do like a weekend recap kind of thing. Or a week recap. Is it still fuzzy in your end? If y'all can comment, y'all kind of quiet in the comment section. Yeah, because I know it is definitely looking weird on this end. Okay, so let's just get through the politics and then I'll just end the show. Okay? Yeah, let's just get through. Matter of fact, I just won't even show my face. Yeah, let's just 86 the face part. We're not going to show my face today. All right, anyway, moving right along here. Okay, so it seems like Social Security. Close that up because I don't need it. We're not showing my face today. Okay, so Social Security and taxes. Trump's administration is making. I'm tired anyway. My hair is looking a mess. All I did is just put a hat on and a shirt on. I have a kind of revealing house dress on right now. So, and I'm definitely not going to show you guys that shit. I know, chaos for real, Kia, over in Instagram. Okay, Social Security and taxes. Trump's administration, as you know, is making changes that could impact Social Security benefits, including policies that may lead to inflation and affect costs of living adjustments for seniors, which means he could definitely be putting a huge change to your Social Security. You either may lose it, or he may start taxing your Social Security to pay for his Iran war and his little rich crony projects they have going on here. They're making him do this shit. So if you are collecting Social Security, my beautiful seniors, you probably end up paying taxes, and you probably end up losing a whole chunk of your Social Security benefits, and he don't give a fuck. I mean, he's rich. It's not going to affect him, so who cares? That's how Trump thinks. Okay? So, yeah, you may start to lose your benefits. Then there's the legal and political battle with Harvard. Remember that? You remember that little battle with Harvard? Let me go back. Let me go back here. Let's go back. Let me see here. Yeah. Here we go. Let's stay here. This is the right slideshow here. Okay, then there's a legal political battle with Harvard University over its tax-exempt status. Trump has definitely threatened. He has threatened to revoke Harvard's tax-exempt status, citing concerns over the university policies on diversity, equality, and inclusion, DEI, as well as its handling of campus activism. Harvard has pushed back, arguing that the move is illegal and unprecedented. So they basically saying it's unprecedented, warning that it could negatively impact student scholarships, medical research, and economic growth. The university has also filed a lawsuit against the Trump administration over the freezing of $2.2 billion in federal funding, claiming that the administration actions violate its constitutional rights. This battle is part of Trump's broader efforts, apparently, to increase oversight of U.S. universities, particularly those he believes promote anti-American or anti-Semitic ideologies, or anyone who disagrees with him or pissed him off when he was young and they didn't want him to go to their school, or whatever bad shit they said about him. He's retaliating. And particularly he's doing this because Barron Trump was denied admission to Harvard. So he's going after Harvard for denying admission to. Why the fuck would Barron want to go to a freaking college that don't like his father? I mean, that is freaking stupid. Let me just go ahead and go to this college here that don't like my dad because I don't know, because I'm Barron Trump, and they're gonna respect me. He's not, a learning dyslexic, naive person, not trying to put LD people in the same equation as Trump, because that's definitely not true. I hope he's not like his dad, where he's just so freaking delusional, because that would be seriously catastrophic and downright sad. Just want to put that out there. Okay, you saw it in a clip that shouldn't have been there. Then there's the conflict with Iran. It seems that Donald Trump's administration has been facing criticism over its foreign policy decisions, particularly regarding Iran and Ukraine. So it seems like Iran conflict, Trump's administration has imposed new sanctions on Iranian oil networks and postponed nuclear negotiations amid rising tensions. There also have been over 1,000 strikes on the Houthi, I'm assuming that's what it is, Houthi or something like that, targets in Yemen, which Iran has condemned. Now, I know you guys are there. But I'm really getting sick of doing a live show and no one's listening. My shit is seriously fucked. Now we have Major Taylor Greene. Now remember Major Taylor Greene? We seen her all over the internet. She's a definitely advocate for her boo, her savior, her whatever, Donald Trump, who she just praises and thinks the world of, apparently. Okay, well, the apparently Greene, strong Trump ally, has publicly criticized his administration, warning that he is losing the base. She expressed frustration over potential military action against Iran and questioned the Ukraine minerals deal, which allows the U.S. to mine Ukraine's resources in exchange for financial aid. Remember, Trump was not going to help because he's not a nice person. He don't do stuff for free. That's not the kind of man he is. Like, if I'm going to do something for you, you have to do something for me. He's not a selfless person. He's a selfish person. He's a greedy person. He's a narcissistic son of a bitch. Okay? So he's not going to do anything for free. People are dying over there. He's like, okay, fine. I give you financial aid, even though we've been doing it for years. It's kind of like an agreement with us. But you know what? What the hell are you going to do for me? That's the kind of motherfucker we have in the White House at this current moment, who don't believe in selflessness, humanity. He's not a humanitarian. He don't give a fuck about no one but himself. God damn, if you are still following him, I have to assume that you are like him. So you are no longer in my camp anymore. Keep stepping. So Trump's administration signed a deal that gives the U.S. mineral rights in Ukraine as repayment for financial aid. Now, Green compared this to past conflicts and argued that the U.S. should mine its own rare earth minerals, which is true. But do you even know where earth minerals are? Because, and I say that because America is so secluded and so restricted. They don't allow mining or digging, pretty much because the risk of finding out the truth that Negroes, Black, and of course Hispanic, even though y'all like to kick them out, but they were from here. Okay, they are indigenous to this country as well. Hence the name Los Angeles and many other fucking places. And of course, Indians and so on are indigenous to this freaking country. And you're going to find out Egypt is in America. And you're going to find all kinds of ancient artifacts that leads to that fact. So they're not going to allow mining in the country, which is why they restricted it 100 years ago. They're not going to allow that. Does Trump know that? Probably not, which is beneficial to archaeologists, paleontologists, and all the other people in that area, historians. I mean, this would be benefit to them because they finally get to prove their theory from all these years. But however, Trump is not the one running the White House. He is the puppet. If you've seen videos that I put in my live show, they tell him what executive order is, making a sugarcoat. He don't even read the fucking executive order. He just get an agreement from his little puppet master and he signs it. He don't even read them. Do you understand what I'm saying? He's not reading these executive orders. He doesn't. I don't even think he even know how to read that well. I don't even think he even understand contracts. Let's just go ahead and put that shit out there. So we have earth minerals here. That's why. Did y'all hear what I just fucking said? Ukraine, or I bet you guys don't even know what the hell we need with Ukraine earth minerals. I guarantee y'all know what the hell it is. I guarantee most of you don't even know what the hell it is. And why he care. And why he make this deal. Well, you know, just like I always do, I go deeper. You see, the Trump administration has been tightening sanctions on Iran, particularly targeting its oil. This is crazy as hell. Targeting its oil and banking sector. Some reports indicate that Trump is considering military action against Iranian-backed groups in the Middle East. Meanwhile, Iran has threatened to escalate nuclear development, arguing that U.S. sanctions are crippling the economy. Why is there so many people going past my backyard? This is weird as fuck. Crippling the economy. So that's what they're saying. Like, okay, you and these goddamn sanctions are fucking up our economy, but he don't care. He's brain dead. He just look at the puppet masters. You see these puppet masters? They tell him this is what it is, sugarcoat it. He don't even read it. He don't even question it. He just like, oh, this is what you want. And then he signed the fucking thing. He don't care. Why would he care? Explain to me why the fuck would he care? It don't affect him. He know he'd be dead probably by the end of the year. So why are they so interested in the mineral deal? Once I explain to you why they're interested, then the bells are going to start ringing. You're going to start getting connections, and you're going to see why. You're going to see who's all over this fucking thing. You see, Ukraine is rich in critical minerals that are essential. Okay, exactly for Project 2025, Sharia, that are essential for industries like technology, defense, and renewable energies. Some of its most valuable sources include lithium. Y'all know lithium, right? You heard of lithium before, right? Y'all know where lithium comes from. Of course you do. Of course you do. Yeah, lithium. Lithium is used in batteries. For electronic vehicles, not electronic, I said electronic, but electric vehicles and electronics. Even though either word doesn't matter. Starting to ring bells now on why he's interested in Ukraine minerals. Yeah, Ukraine has some of Europe's largest lithium reserves. titanium and key material for aerospace. Is it starting to click now? Yeah. Medical implants and military applications. Ukraine holds about 7% of Europe's titanium supply. Is it starting to ring now? Yeah. Graphite. Essentials for electric vehicles, batteries, and nuclear reactors. Are you starting to see the pieces connect? Who may be behind this deal? Ukraine has 20% of global graphite resources. Rare earth elements includes neodymium, lithium, and cerium, which are used in electronics and turbines and military technology. Uranium, important for nuclear energy production. Ukraine has significant uranium deposits, nickel, cobalt, and magnesium. Yeah. Used in steel production, magnets and batteries such as copper, lead, zinc, and silver. Valuable for industries and technological applications. And who does this sound like? Who would benefit from this deal? Whose name is all over this motherfucker? Yeah, you know who. Elon Musk. You see, Elon Musk is deeply involved in industries that rely on critical minerals, especially for electric vehicles, space exploration, AI development, lithium, graphite, cobalt, or however you want to pronounce it, and rare earth elements. Yeah. All found in Ukraine. Essentials for Tesla's battery production and SpaceX aerospace technology. He needs this bad. It wouldn't be surprising if Musk takes an interest, which he has, because it's been told he has. He took an interest in Ukraine's mineral resources, which is another reason he teamed up. Are you starting to see the pieces now? Or are we starting to see the pieces? You know, even though my camera's fucked up, I have to come on camera for this because I don't think you guys understand the seriousness right here because this is really crazy. Let's go ahead and come up on my little fuzzy ass fucking camera that's acting really stupid right now. Okay. Pay attention to what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? Pay attention. Here's what's going on here. I have to come on camera for this. This is why Elon Musk and allegedly Putin got together, okay, to rig the election. Aside from trying to stay out of jail for USAID and all kinds of illegal deals, but they did that because they both want to take over Ukraine to get these minerals for these electric vehicles, aerospace, their weapons, nuclear power, nuclear batteries. Are you hearing what I'm fucking saying? This is why Musk took several trips to fucking Russia so he and Putin can get on this deal to take over Ukraine minerals. And because Zelensky, that's his name, right? Who's desperate in trying to save his country, agreed to this under dire stress because Trump cornered him to doing it. So now Trump is like, okay, you're going to finally let me get these minerals, which is what Putin was after in the fucking first. Calm down. Which is what Putin was after in the fucking first place. He was after this in the first place. And guess what? He got it. He got it. This is another reason why they rigged the election. This is all planning. Everything they're wanting is falling into place. Putin, Musk, all falling into place. This is what the fuck is happening right now. This is why this deal was so freaking important. This is why. Okay? Because they need the minerals in Ukraine for their weapons. He needed for his little childhood fantasy to going nowhere in space and his fucking electric vehicles. That's what the fuck he needed for. Batteries, all kinds of shit. That's why he wanted to take over Ukraine. And once he get close to Ukraine, then America would have to be in partnership with him, which means one step into taking over the United States, which thanks to Trump, he will probably do if this shit continues. We'll be just like Russia. And I say about 5 years, if shit continue, we'll be just like fucking Russia. If they don't do something now, we are going to be like Russia. Just going to point that shit out. No one's taking it serious. Everyone is like, oh, who cares? You know, whatever. No, nothing happening. Just let him do what he wants because Trump, he's God Almighty. Let's go ahead and do it. Everyone's marching. No one's listening. I mean, fuck. It's like everyone is so stuck on stupid. So Ukraine's access to Starlink in discussions on global energy supply chains, whether it's Tesla, SpaceX, or Neuralink. Musk is always looking for new frontiers to innovate because he has this obsession getting to space, even though every exploration he did fail because there's affirmative. No one's ever been to space, but that's just my theory. Whatever. You see, Ukraine minerals wealth is becoming a major factor in global tech and energy markets, especially as countries seek to diversify supply chains away from dominant producers like China. They're trying to overthrow China. Good luck with that. They're trying to overthrow China, and they're trying to use Ukraine and other sources other than China to do it because I guess they have some issue with China or something. What has China done? All they do is just make stuff. Do they even know what tariffs mean? Do they even know? Do they think we're just giving them money and we're not making money? I mean, you would think Musk and Trump, maybe not Trump, would know the sources of business because I'm starting to think they're both stupid. So they just think we're just in business with China and not making any money. I mean, they make the stuff, but we own the stuff. Okay, so technically we make most of the money of what they're making. Just want to point that out. Huh? I don't know if we could debate with that, the space. I don't think they go any goddamn where. I think they just go somewhere in some hangar and pretend they're in space, some shit. I mean, if the Hollywood can do it and pretend to do it, what makes you think they're not able to do it? I'm just saying. Mm-hmm. But yes, this is why Elon Musk had to take his little crazy ass over to freaking Russia, them several trips, so he can make a deal with Putin to take over Ukraine. And of course, they're going to plummet and devalue and make us vulnerable enough where when it comes time, when he gets through Ukraine, he's coming straight for us. When he get through Ukraine, he's going to come straight for us because his people are already planted all over Trump's cabinet. Okay. Airline, fucked. Checked. Supply good, check. Security, check. Fucked. Oh, damn. We are vulnerable for being fucked. Just want to point that out. We are vulnerable for being fucking screwed. Okay? And I don't mean to curse so much, but it's really freaking annoying. Move right along here. I'm off the camera now. I just had to say that. Okay, so how Ukraine's minerals impact global industries, electric vehicles and batteries. As I said, Ukraine lithium and graphite reserves are crucial for EV. Remember I told you? Battery production, making it a potential key supplier for companies like Tesla. Yeah. Aerospace and defense, titanium and rare earth elements are essential for military technology because he want to go to war now. Aircraft and satellites, which could attract interest from SpaceX defense and contractors. So yes, Elon Musk is all over this fucking deal. Matter of fact, Elon Musk is running the country right now. Trump is not running the country. Elon Musk and his buddies are running the country. A motherfucker who didn't even get elected into a official office is currently running our goddamn country. And he rigged the election to do it with Putin. Just want to put that shit out there. Putin needs to stay out of our election. But, he already then ran this whole election already. And he already messing up our entire freaking economic, demographic. He's messing up everything over here. And he's already held in fucking Russia, but he's managed to completely deplummet everything over here less than 100 days from an idiot. Whatever. By the end of the year, we'll be pretty much in recession. Crime rate will be up. We'll be homeless. People will be killing each other. It'll be a catastrophic mess. Then he'll ignite martial law. And then he'll be president forever, at least until he fucking croak. And then he'll probably start treating this country like freaking kings. And then Putin would probably been took over by now and probably killed Trump. And then we'd be pretty much under Russian territory less than a fucking year because no one's doing anything. Everybody's stuck on stupid and it's getting freaking annoying. Just want to point that shit out. You said that part and he's for sure not American. Oh, I know, exactly. But he managed to definitely get all into our freaking business. Just want to say that. People are not seeing the seriousness in this situation because everyone is just stuck on stupid. So that's why the deal with Ukraine took place. This is all Putin and Musk all over this shit. Now, renewable energy. Neodymium and Dashaprosinian. I'm probably mispronouncing all of this. To be honest, I'm so sorry. I think it's Dysprosium and Neodymium. Why when they name stuff, they name these crazy names? You know, these are new names. You know, they like to name it all kinds of big and ridiculous. Just say what it is. Name it what it does. But you got to be all smart about the shit. Anyway, it was found in Ukraine are used in wind turbine magnets supporting the global shift toward clean energy, which is something Obama tried to push toward clean energy. But, you know, Trump was like, Obama wanted it. I'm going to take it out. I don't care if it is for the climate. I don't give two flying fucks about the climate. It doesn't affect me. I'm rich. So he knocked that shit out real quick. He don't give a damn about the climate. Who cares? Who cares? So semiconductors and AI, Ukraine's, this is what is going on. Yeah. Gallium and zirconium are vital for chip manufacturing and AI technologies, making a potential player in the tech industry. Yeah, this is Elon Musk and Putin all over this shit. Elon Musk has benefited from this deal with Ukraine. I'm telling you, Elon Musk is running the country. Him and his boys is controlling Trump, and he's technically running the country from behind scenes. You want to get rid of, if you want to take things back, first of all, you got to hold an investigation to get rid of freaking Musk and hold it. You have to hold an investigation to say he rigged the election, which I'm sure is not hard to find out if you have balls. Apparently they don't. We can't do it. I mean, I can initiate it, but then I'll be putting my life at risk for people who are in a position to actually do it. So why should I put my life at risk when these stupid fuckers are right there and the Congress can do it? Why do I have to do it? Why do we have to do it? Why can't you do it? Why? You're going to sit back and make empty promises? Because that's all I'm saying are empty promises. No one's even initiating the impeaching process or holding Trump accountable for all the illegal things that he's doing. He's going against the Constitution. He's deporting people without proper protocol. He's just breaking laws left and right, and no one's holding him accountable for nothing. No one. The guy who's in control of initiating these freaking investigations is not saying shit. He needs to either be fired or just disappear because he's not doing his goddamn job. So challenges in commercializing Ukraine's minerals despite its richest products or deposits, Ukraine faces major obstacles in fully utilizing its mineral wealth. Exactly. Well, he's thinking he is. Infrastructure's issues. Mining operations require billions in investment and years of development. Security concerns. Some mineral-rich areas are in conflict zones, making extraction difficult. Process limitations. The U.S. lacks refining capabilities for Ukrainian minerals, meaning supply chains need major upgrades. And this is what Musk is trying to do, his deal with Putin. They're trying to definitely upgrade their systems. Putin needs more advanced weapons, and he needs the minerals in Ukraine to do that. And like I said, once he take over Ukraine, then he know we have to make a deal with him. And that'll be one step over for taking over the U.S., considering he's completely devaluing and deplumbing and fucking up our entire infrastructure. He can definitely do it now if he wants to, because we are fucked. Look who's running our country, a complete goddamn moron. But who cares? No one's saying shit. So geopolitical implications of Ukraine mineral wealth is strategically important, especially as the U.S. and Europe seek alternatives to China's dominance. They are so jealous of China for whatever goddamn reason. and rare earth. The U.S.-Ukraine minerals deals aims to secure critical resources while helping Ukraine's post-war recovery. Well, so they say. See, Trump is trying to get into the level of China. If China is just running the goddamn country, they're not running the country. They need us just as much as we need them. Learn the goddamn business. Well, who am I talking to? Trump don't even know how to run the business. Every business he had fucking failed. So I don't even know why we even having this freaking conversation about his dumbass. So anyway, then we have, I should have showed that. Then we have Taylor Greene's criticism of Trump. Now back to this, we have to get back to her because she's doing a completely 180, which is shocking because I thought she was a airhead and dummy who just follow anything Trump say. Trump say jump, she say out high. Trump say kiss my ass. She'd be like, where, how much you want me to lick it? She's definitely a Trump ass kisser to the freaking fullest, the bleach blonde. So she says, now she's saying she don't like Trump anymore. This is what Majorie Taylor Greene, Trump's little side chick puppet, who has long supported Trump, recently voiced her concerns about his foreign policies. She argued that Trump's administration is pushing unnecessary conflicts. Now she see that shit. What did she do? Wake up and have an epiphany? Just the other day, she was acting like she was just down for whatever the hell he was doing. Oh my God, like you're lucky we even being open about our policies. But anyway, pushing unnecessary conflicts and may alienate his voter base by prioritizing Ukraine aid over domestic issues. This is what she is saying. Now she's saying, okay, this is not a good thing. Oh my gosh, what has happened? This Ukraine thing, and then he's trying to take all this money and put it into some war with Iran or some shit. I'm not sure if I'm getting that correct, but that's basically what is pretty much happening. So Ukraine's minerals deal, Trump administration recently negotiated a deal that allows American companies to mine rare earth minerals in Ukraine in exchange for U.S. financial aid. Critics, including Green, have compared this to past conflicts where the U.S. intervened in foreign affairs to secure resources. Now she say that? We've been saying that since what? When? The bleach blonde? When have we been saying this? Not a bleach blonde. It's finally seeing some light at the end of the goddamn tunnel. The light has come on in her brainwashed brain. So I guess the spell is breaking. Oh my gosh. Exactly. That's why they like Ukraine. They have the minerals for batteries, aerospace, weapons, and everything that Elon Musk and Putin need. That's why they had to deal together to rig the election, to have Trump. Okay? Yeah. Help them do it. They needed an idiot to do it, and they got an idiot to fucking do it. Point blank freaking simple. Now, meaning he's causing unnecessary conflict with our allies, and it will cripple and bankrupt our country like all his businesses. If you haven't been reading or watching the news, we are going into recession. Okay, you remember depression? Well, the banks were fucked. Remember when Obama got, every time the Republicans get into the White House, it's a freaking disaster. Remember Bush left? Obama had to clean up Bush mess. He had to literally bail out the banks. It was fucked. And when Trump left, Biden had to clean up his fucking mess. Not to mention the thousands of people who died of COVID. Now, whoever takes over now, gonna have to clean up Trump's mess that he managed to do less than 100 goddamn days. He just started. We still got 3.5 years for this bullshit. We are going to be in depression. We are going to be screwed. You know what? It may be a war. If we keep this up, it will be a war because he wants to ignite a war. He wants to go to war. War, ignite martial law. He wants us to get our raid. At least who's controlling him want us to get our raid. So he can ignite martial law so he can be the ruler for pretty much long as the war, which could be years or until he fucking croak. But then that don't matter. It just get passed down to JD Vance. And then if not JD Vance, it get passed down to someone else. So that's pretty much how it goes. That's what he wants. He wants the country to be ruled like a monarch, I can't even speak right now. Like the royal family. A monarch. Or something along those lines. That's what he wants. He wants to be a king. Even though kings can't just make laws, and he should know that. That's the prime minister's job, but whatever. Anyway, so while we're on the subjects of worldly and royalty, let's talk about a few things. But before we go there, here are some videos discussing everything I just discussed.
Ukraine says the long-awaited minerals deal it has now signed with the United States marks an important milestone in their partnership, aimed at strengthening Ukraine's economy and security. The agreement gives America access to Ukraine's minerals and other resources and establishes a reconstruction fund. No details have been given, but it provides Kyiv with assurance about continued American support by giving the U.S. a stake in Ukraine's success.
Today's agreement signals clearly to Russian leadership that the Trump administration long-term.
Yeah. He's just praising Trump. Okay, here's a news about a deport. Remember, he's just deporting people out of land because he's an idiot. So here's some good news on someone he tried to deport.
We got some good news. Juan Carlos Lopez Gomez, the 20-year-old U.S. citizen arrested in Florida and placed on an ICE hold in jail despite having his birth certificate proving his U.S. citizenship, has been released. We have a video of this moment. I'll show you that in just a sec. First, I want to be clear. This should never have happened. You can watch my previous video for the full story. And I also want to give a huge shout out to journalist Jackie Llanos of the Florida Phoenix for her steadfast reporting on the scene at the jail today. Here's a video that she just shared of the moment Juan Carlos Lopez Gomez was released and reunited with his mother. Watch this.
Oh, this is so sweet. Now, this is good news. This is some stuff I would like to hear instead of shit that's going on right now. Sad.
So we are getting some bad news in for gamers. Nintendo announcing this morning that it is delaying the pre-orders of the Nintendo Switch 2 in the United States due to Donald Trump's tariffs.
Ooh,
the Nintendo Switch 2 was originally intended to go on.
So now he's affecting the gamers. Oh, he's done. The gamers, they don't play. They crazy as hell. I know, because my daughter, she's not turning into a gamer. But tell me, this is crazy. Now he's affecting the gamers. See, he's going into seriously risky territory. Let's move on to the royal family.
Ukraine says the long-awaited.
Okay, as you know, what did you say? You say you just heard the statistics that 90% of people that bought homes within the last 3 years. Yeah, I know. Buying a home in freaking Florida is risky anyway, because Florida, they go through a lot of shit over there, I'm telling you. I wouldn't even think about buying any home in Florida. The weather, it's always a catastrophic events. And now with him pulling out the Paris climate treaty that we had, because he pulled it out before when he got into the White House, because Obama was in it, he pulled it out. We can't be having this shit every 4 years, them doing this. This is, if I was another country, I'd be like, I'm not going to deal with this every 4 years, man. We get into a treaty, and then a Republican come in and remove it, or Trump anyway. The other Republicans then pull out a treaty on the Trump. So, yeah, just no. He can't run again anyway. It's not constitutional. But he's definitely trying to do it. He's definitely trying to do it, but he can't do it. Obama can, apparently. I guess every 8 years or so out of the White House, they can run again. I never heard of that before. So please look that up. If they haven't, if it's been like more than 8 years, they can run again. I'm not sure. That's what I heard. That's what my husband told me, but I never researched it. So go ahead and check that piece of information, because I have no idea. Okay. The royal family. It seemed that Prince Harry interview and his lost case, which is sad. I knew he was going to lose it after that charity that they pretty much took away from him that he started because his late mother. He started and the other guy started it, but Prince William managed to pull that from under his belt and got his people running it now. So that's going to be pretty much drowned and pretty much ran to the ground. So that charity is going to be pretty much over within a year, because no one likes Prince William at all. Or you think he's a pompous jerk. He's just the only thing difference between Prince William and Trump is Prince William is not stupid. and you have a learning dyslexia. He's actually a very intelligent man, but he's just as ruthless. I can't even speak. Ruthless, narcissistic, childish, evil. Yeah, just like Trump. Actually, I thought all of these years they called King Charles Hitler, but they actually said Prince William is more like Hitler. Yeah, he likes retaliatories and retaliation and revenge, and he likes to get his way by any means necessary. And if you don't get his way, you will hear the repercussions or feel it. So destroying Prince Harry and Prince Harry and Meghan's reputation and platform is something he's tunnel vision at doing at this current moment. He wanted to destroy his brother and his wife because they're outshining Meghan. I can't even speak to him. I'm getting tired. They're outshining him and his little narcissistic, compulsive lying wife, Kate Middleton. So as you know, Prince Harry, he lost his battle over his security protection in UK. The Court of Appeal ruled against him, meaning he would no longer receive taxpayer-funded VIP security when visiting the country. I won't ever step a foot in that country ever fucking again. He probably want to go back in the country now because the shit just happened in the US. So he's like, I don't want to be here anymore. There's another place you can go, Harry. You don't have to go to freaking London. So Harry gave an emotional interview where he expressed disappointment, saying he felt like he was the victim of an establishment stitch-up. He also revealed that his father, King Charles, has not been speaking to him, and he does not see a future where he will bring his wife and children back to the UK. Harry also mentioned that he wants reconciliation with his family. I wouldn't. They'd be dead to me. But believes his father is blocking efforts to resolve the security issue. There's another reason why his father's doing it. Being bullies. That's what they do. They don't believe in saying, I'm sorry, I fucked up. They believe in just bullying you and cornering you to going back to them. I still won't go back to them. Matter of fact, I won't be trying to get reconciliation for a goddamn thing. Why would I want to do that? No. After what they did to me, they're dead to me. Meanwhile, Buckingham Palace responded as they are expected, stating that the courts have examined the issue repeatedly and the same conclusion has been reached each time. So they're saying it's the same. He's not a working royal, so therefore he does not get I'm about to say American. So he does not get funding from the UK because he is not a working royal. That's what freaking London and the royal family is fucking saying. Bullshit. They're trying to blacklist this man, trying to ruin his good work. I'm sure when Prince William is done with his little, I want to fuck my brother over campaign, aside from the other shit that he should be doing, the jobs he should be doing, but he's too busy looking at. How about you work on your marriage and all the other shit you're supposed to be doing over there? Like the charities and whatever else you're supposed to be doing over there instead of tunnel vision to your goddamn brother and his wife that you want to fuck. I mean, look at other things. This is starting to get sad. What, he's like hitting on 40. He's still acting like he's in high school. This is pathetic. So it sounds like trying to corner Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. They try to do that. They've been trying to mess up deals to have with Netflix. They tried to make them broke. So that way they have no other choice to come back to the royal family and work for them. Over my dead body, I would do that. I'm like, I'm still not doing it. Give me a fucking break. How dare you try to mess up my paper just so I can come work for you? Because make it seem like there's no, hell no. No. And I would call him on his goddamn face in front of cameras too. Because it's how dirty they're acting right now. This is your goddamn brother. I see if he did some really scandalous shit to you, like really like my family more than likely did. I mean, my family think I'm the scum of the goddamn earth. I'm a compulsive liar. I'm a thief. I'm just the worst thing walking. Haven't spoken to them in years, but they definitely have the image of me. Don't even know how. I use AI images to whatever. I'm like, whatever the fuck you say, do whatever. I don't give a damn. Kiss my ass. Okay, so it looks like they are definitely doing that to freaking Prince Harry. They are definitely trying to do that to Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. They're trying to corner them to coming back to work for the royal family because they're saying they will not give them security. They don't give security to now working royals. Let's just think about that for a minute because that's definitely, hypocritical for them to say. Because you see, Queen Elizabeth was known, and I'm going to play this clip in just a second. Queen Elizabeth was known for her duty and tradition. Matter of fact, let's just play the clip now. Let's go ahead and play it now.
I can't see a world in which I would be bringing my wife and children back to the UK at this point. And the things that they're going to miss is, well, everything. You know, I love my country. I always have done.
Yeah, so I won't bring my family, but especially the way they treated my wife, I would not come close to coming back to that goddamn family or the UK. Fuck that. Even if we did get a deal and they could fund my security, I still won't bring them back. They'd be lucky I came there.
I would love reconciliation with my family. There's no point in continuing to fight anymore. Like I said, life is precious. I don't know how much longer my father has. He won't speak to me because of this security stuff. But it would be nice to reconcile. As I learned through the First Nations throughout Canada, because of the Invictus Games, their goal in life was always truth and reconciliation. And I turned around to them in many conversations. I said, right, but reconciliation can't come without truth. Well, I've now found out the truth. I've shared some of it with you today. A lot of it exists out there, whether people choose to ignore it or not. So it would be nice to have that reconciliation part now. If they don't want that, that's entirely up to them.
So he's definitely not the olive branch, but the one thing, would you say? Yeah, their mistakes are costly, definitely. The one thing you have to understand, the royal family don't apologize for nobody. They don't admit the truth for nobody. They don't do that. They're not going to apologize. They don't do any of those things. They never apologize to any goddamn body. Not even Prince Harry. They're not going to admit they were wrong. They're not going to admit us allowing the press to ridicule and lynch your wife and pregnant wife was a huge mistake and we should have been on it and now we're just fucked. They're not going to admit that. They'd rather devalue them, ruin their reputation, have their news team talk about their family like a dog, and corner them into coming back and then pretend like they didn't do shit. That's what the royal family would do. But you have to understand, Queen Elizabeth was known for her duty and tradition. And while she reportedly wanted some level of protection for Harry and Meghan policies, she wanted that. That was one of her dying wishes. But as soon as she passed, they were like, fuck your dying wishes. I'm not giving them security. Fuck them. They outshining me and I don't like it. Bunch of narcissistic idiots. So policies have shifted since her passing. The current rulings follows official security protocols, which base protection on working royal status. Something Harry and Meghan stepped away from this, and they stepped it away from it. You guys kind of ran them away. You think they're supposed to stay there and take all that shit, and y'all not doing anything? But anything that's said about Kate Middleton, her bulimia, her miscarriages, William cheating on her every 5 seconds, even hitting her at some point, we supposed to screw that shit. Y'all cover that up real quick. Prince Andrew, who's a pedophile and a rapist and hung out with Jeffrey Epstein, among other things. And then freaking King Charles being undercover gay, who had a long affair with his assistant that ended up dead. But you know what? Who cares about those goddamn rumors? Or some baby that was trailing down the side of one of their goddamn matches, butt-ass naked, that's all over the dark web. We supposed to screw all of those little pieces of information, let that get covered up, but allow the media to continue lynching Meghan and Harry to save their asses. Hell no. Fuck that. No. Why would you stay? God damn it. No. Hell no. So they're saying the security for senior working royals like King Charles, Prince William, and Queen Camilla is handed by the Royal and Specialist Protection, known as RASP, Division of London's Metropolitan Police. It said, however, protection isn't automatically granted to royals. Instead, a committee called the Executive Committee for Protection to Royalty and Public Figures, which is also known as RAVEC, or RAVEC, I'm not even sure how to pronounce it, evaluates who needs security based on risk and duties. So while Prince Harry lost his case when Harry and Meghan allegedly stepped down as working royals in 22, RAVEC or RAVEC, or whatever, determined that they no longer qualify for state-funded security. Harry, however, argued that he still faced serious threats and should receive automatic protection because they still threaten his and his wife's life. Every time they make a move, every time they do something great, every time he step a foot on the soil, he's getting death threats. She get death threats on a daily basis of her life and their kids' lives. They're saying we're not going to protect you. So if she get blown the hell up a shot, who gives a damn? Just like his late mother. They don't give a shit. When the late Queen Diana, the late Princess Diana, when she was through with that family, they pretty much threw her to the wolves. They didn't give her no security, and then they threw her to the wolves. You're either all in or you're not. That's how they abide. Karma is a bitch for this family that's been due like thousands of years. I'm going to say 1,000, but I'm not going to say 1,000 because now, well, yeah, he has been 1,000 since the 1800s because that's when Black people start ruling London. They stopped ruling around the 1800s. It's due process now. It's due for karma because they've been getting away with too much shit and it's starting to get freaking ridiculous. So law firm reasonable. The ruling means that when Harry visits the UK, he must pay for his own private security instead of relying on government protection, even though his late grandmother said that she was going to continue the security. But here's the hypocrisy. It seems that there are now working royals who actually get security. Princess Anne and Princess Andrew and a lot of other royals still get paid security. And that now they're not doing shit. But I guess it's selected on who they feel. So that rule alone is being, I don't know, biased. So they still receive government-funded security, and they said largely due to their high-profile status. Okay, no one's higher than Meghan and Harry. Just want to put that. Not even William, not even Kate, or freaking King Charles and Queen Camilla. They might as well just accept that. The more you keep throwing hate at them, the higher their profile and their royalty and fame status is going to increase because you keep putting them in your mouths. So y'all igniting the fucking fire. Just want to point that out there. So for Harry, however, the official stance has been that security is determined by risk assessment and royal duties. And they're saying since he stepped away, yada, yada, yada. So they've been very selective on who they give this little security to. And they face a lot of public scrutiny. A lot of people in line that don't agree with it, even though they act like they do, but they don't. They think they're being completely biased and unfair. So I'm done with the subject. I can't deal with this stupid shit. This is some biased bullshit, I'm telling you. I'm getting pissed by the second. That's why I hate talking about these people. Some believe the security rule indirectly forces him to reconsider his absence. They try to corner him to coming back. I still won't come back. Fuck you and the horses y'all ran in on. Whatever. Harry says he feels that he's been targeted and many of his supporters agree. The palace, meanwhile, maintains, working royals don't get security. Hence, working royal. They trying to get him to come back, and I won't come back. And then you have, let's go back there. Let me go back here. Who cares about this story? I was going to mention that I don't give a fuck about this story. Let's move right along here. So, let's go to Diddy now. We're going to go to Diddy because if I have to talk about any more royals, I'm going to get pissed because they're freaking annoying. The biasness and hypocrisy is seriously stifling, and I'm sick of it. I can't deal with them anymore. They pisses. I can't deal with them anymore. I hate talking about them because they just like a bunch of high schoolers, just childish. So anyway, Kate and Williams. Oh gosh, I'm about to talk about them some more. Calm down, Keisha. No, Kiki, because Kiki was about to straight up come through. I'm telling you, it was getting crazy. Let me quit. All right, here we go. Diddy rejected the plea deal, saying he's innocent. Everything was consensual. He was having some good old horny fun. He is a victim. They drugged him on purpose. They did this. He had no he had no business. He just, supplied the room and the drugs. Everyone was voluntary. They was having a good old drugging, big ass fucking consensual orgy. He didn't make no one do anything. He's innocent. He's an angel. He is the king. He did not do shit. This is what Diddy is saying. This is lying, delusional, crazy ass fucking Diddy is saying. So Diddy, he turned down a plea deal in court ahead of his sex trafficking and racketeering trial. The trial is set for Monday with jury selection starting next week. Absolutely. Yeah. Charges and trial details. This is what it is. He faces 5 counts, including racketeering, sex trafficking, transportation, engaged in prostitution. If convicted, he could face decades in prison. Yeah. His courtroom appearance. Remember, he used to come in just really t-shirts or whatever they have going on in prison. But they agreed so he can wear his little thousands and gazillion dollar suits. So this time he appeared in some kind of tan prison clothing or some crap like that. You know, I don't know what he appeared in, to be honest, but he appeared in better looking clothes than he did before. So he appeared in some street clothes or something like that. So he wasn't looking like a hot mess. I would have made him come in look like a hot mess. Like, you don't even deserve to even come in a suit. You lucky you have them clothes. Leave it to me. I'd be petty as hell. I'm telling you. Jury selection process. The court will call 600 potential jurors. Like, they have to pick one. They have to pick the jurors they want. And narrowing them down to 12. So from 600, they'll pick 12 jurors and 6 alternatives. Now, here are the defense concerns. His legal team raised concerns about Lisa Bloom. This is Lisa Bloom. An attorney representing alleged victims, arguing that she is using media appearances to influence public perception. Let's talk about Lisa Bloom a little bit more. See, Lisa Bloom is a high-profile attorney known for representing victims for major celebrity lawsuits. She has built a reputation for taking on powerful figures like Diddy Combs, Kanye West, and Elon Musk. Good for her. We have a blonde head who actually care, because Majorie was making him look really bad. I'm just saying. So she cared. Maybe she's a real blonde. Who knows? Maybe she's not a bleach blonde like the Majorie chick. So her role in Diddy case is let me quit. She's currently representing 2 alleged victims in Diddy's sex trafficking trial, including singer Don Richard and an anonymous plaintiff known as John Doe. She has been outspoken about the case, leading Diddy legal team to request a gag order to limit her public statements. Bullies. She also represented so they try to put a gag order on her. Go to fucking hell. What about a gag order on Diddy? He's been talking and he's in freaking jail. Give me a break. So it's okay for y'all to manipulate the media, but she has to say nothing? Get the hell out of here. Go to fucking hell. Y'all been talking and running y'all damn mouths this entire time, but as soon as she says something, just get her a gag order. Man, go to fucking hell. So anyway, she represented Kanye West lawsuit. Actually, she is representing Kanye West lawsuit. Bloom is representing Lauren Pescata. I think that's how you pronounce her name. Lauren Pescota, a former assistant who accused West of sexual harassment and wrongful termination. Y'all remember her? I talked about her in a live show. I think she was an assistant or something like that. And Kanye West was acting like a perv, getting naked and trying to get with her and stuff like that, which he probably fucking did, because he's nasty as hell anyway. I mean, look how he treats his wife. I mean, what makes you think he's not going to treat another chick like that? He don't care about women. Women are possession and sex dolls to him. He made that abundantly clear over the years. And he, and then she's also filed lawsuits against Elon Musk and Twitter over mass layoffs and alleged civil rights. Oh yeah, the girl's doing some shit. Oh yeah, she's bad. Protect her. Bloom has been a controversial figure, with critics arguing that she uses media attention to influence. That's what they're saying, that she used media attention to influence public perception. Pretty much what Diddy Lawyers is doing, but they want to put a gag order on her. You know, they're allowed to do that, but she's not allowed to do it. She got to be a good little lady and girl and speak when spoken to like good women supposed to be. No. However, she maintains that she's fighting for justice and ensures victim voices are heard. There it is. So we have some biases when it comes to the legal team. I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to fucking happen. Seriously. They don't care about Diddy. They don't give a damn about Diddy. Clive Davis want to make sure Diddy goes to jail so he can do whatever he has to do because, Clive got maybe a 1-2 years top before he fucking croak. And it was rumored that Clive and Diddy were lovers any goddamn way. So Diddy being in jail is actually taking all the attention away from him. He don't give a fuck about Diddy. And Jay-Z definitely want Diddy to go away so he can be on top and continue doing what he's doing. But I got a feeling he's going to go down with Diddy, which he should. And Kanye West needs to go to jail too because he's done a lot of dirt too. And the recent things that has been coming out about him that he's been saying himself. And the stuff that I heard over years, I'm starting to revisit and wonder if that is true, especially the gay allegations that I heard back in the day. He already admitted that he had sex with a few rappers. He admitted that, and I heard that back in the day, but I didn't think it was true. And considering the way he talks about in his songs, how he treat women, I'm starting to wonder, if he's. I think we need to look at Kanye West in a different light and stop thinking of him as some troubled young man who lost his mother and he's just a good guy. I don't think so. I think he uses that as a mechanism to win people over by playing the victim. He's really good at playing the victim. Kanye West is a very narcissistic, troubled man. I used to be an advocate for him because he used to preach some good thoughts. But you know what? Jeffrey Epstein donated to charities. Okay? Just saying. So that's what that is. So I am not seeing him in the light, everyone. I'm seeing for what he is, what he's been broadcasting for years. He used the victim card to win people over, but then he started showing his true colors. Once he started getting his way, he treat women like possessions, sex kittens. He don't have no respect for women. And he's bisexual and he's, what I heard, violent. So I don't care for Kanye West anymore. He's not, just no. He may be a musical genius, but he needs to be locked the hell up with all the rest of them pedos. We need to start giving our brothers so many passes, man. I've had it up to here with us giving brothers passes because they're brothers. No, it's about time the light and justice shine on these crazy son of a bitches. Speaking as victim, we always got to brush what our brothers do to us under the rug because we don't want society to say, here's another black man being destroyed. No, black man needs to be looked at because they have been getting away with too much shit over the years. And they need to be looked up just like the Caucasians and whoever else has pretty much violated anyone without their consent. Kanye West is no better. So he can pretend to be a victim and pretend to be this advocacy and civil rights activist. But at the end of the day, he is what he is and what he's been portraying. It's just that when he don't get his way, he start playing the victim card. But when he get his way, he start acting like a psychopath. Which one is it? God damn it, fucking Geminis. No. He's been who he's been saying all these goddamn years. Just crazy. So I'm going to end it here. I'll maybe go live on Monday. Remember, I'm not getting paid for this shit, so you probably won't see me, and I don't really give a damn. I don't get no money from this goddamn channel. And I was going to put my filing that I was going to do on my community chat post. I'll probably still do that. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm not getting paid for this shit. This is free. So all this, what is an hour, some change, you got pretty much for free. So please excuse me if the lack of care and authenticity of my live show is not up to par because I'm doing it because I love you, but in parts because I'm doing this shit for free. Just want to point that out. I'm not getting paid for this. Someone else is, not me. You don't believe me? You will one day when my case is brought all over the news. And I'll be definitely ready to tell you I told you so. So thanks for staying. Sorry for the lateness of the hour. It's 9:15 here. It's probably 11:15 or 12:15 or 10:15 where you guys are at. Have a wonderful night. See you guys next week. Bye. Here's a brief word from my sponsor. The world's falling apart. Every day, another shocking headline makes you wonder what tomorrow will bring. That's why those who knows what's coming are using today to prepare. I'm talking about getting your family some high-quality emergency food from My Patriot Supply. My Patriot Supply is a nation's leading preparedness company. They've been in business for going on 14 years now, and they've served millions of American families. Now they want to help you
by giving you $50 off their popular 4-week emergency food kit. Oh yes. You get 4 weeks of food per person with meals designed to give you more than 2,000 calories a day. By the way, this food stays fresh up to 25 years in proper storage, so it will be there when you need it. Other food goes bad first, you know what I mean? So don't wait. Go to Prepare with my link with the truth and claim your 4-week emergency food kit. You'll save $50 per kit if you act now. So prepare with me at preparewithtruth.com. Don't wait.